everyone, this is Calvin Castine. We're at the Plattsburgh State Fieldhouse in Plattsburgh. We're here on this very wet and rainy June 30th, 1980. We're here awaiting the arrival, actually the re-arrival, Dan Schayes, the NBA star of the Denver Nuggets. We'll be giving a little talking to these youngsters here at Larry Cowan's basketball clinic. Larry Cowan, the Plattsburgh State College coach, basketball coach. Larry Converse from St. John's on the court at the moment. Schayes, of course, a second-generation NBA star. His father, Dolph Schayes, starred for many years in the NBA, and his mother is from the Rouse's Point area. The Grosses used to live in the Kings Bay area. Schayes was supposed to start this at 1:15, and he's right on the button. Dan Schayes is a spitting image of his father, Dolph. Plattsburgh State varsity basketball coach Larry Cowan. Stuck with a very tough task of getting a couple hundred youngsters quiet.
One time, long ago, Danny and I were the same height. The only difference was that I was 12 and he was 3. Danny Schayes and I go back a long way.
Hey, come on, that was funny. How about a laugh?
Now, it's a real pleasure to have someone like Danny with us. We grew up together, went to summer camp for a long time. First met when we were 8 years old. And like I told you, for our sport, the exciting thing is the great friendships that you get out of it. And it's really nice to see someone like Danny have the kind of success that he has had. But the success that he has had comes from really a very interesting story. And something that I hope all of you can relate to as you're on the road to becoming better basketball players. When Danny was a kid, he was more interested in music, trombones, comic books, Star Wars, Star Trek. He was a real tall, gangly kid, awkward, and really basketball wasn't primary for him. As he got a little older, and his physical abilities caught up with his body, he really started to attain a real strong desire to become a very good player. Of course, his father is one of the all-time greatest NBA players of all time, and a member of the Hall of Fame. So he was in a basketball family. And like they say, apples don't fall far from the tree. He got the best training anyone could possibly ask for right in his own home. Danny was a senior in high school and was recruited by several Division I colleges, all the way from Texas to Wake Forest, but he settled on his hometown school, Syracuse University. At that time, Syracuse University was just coming into its own. They were not playing in the Carrier Dome, they were playing in a building called Manley Fieldhouse. And when Danny entered Syracuse University as a freshman, they had some tremendous players there. Roosevelt Bowie, Lewis Orr, and those were the players that Danny went in to join his teammates at SU. But for 3 years, basically 3 years, Danny hardly got off the bench at all. But in practice, except when the game was over. But in practice, he got to go against some tremendous players. And he worked and he worked. And when his opportunity came, his senior year, and the coach handed him the ball and said, Danny, you're my starting center, you've earned it. He made the most of it. In his senior year, he played so well, led his team to the NIT, that he was drafted in the first round by the Utah Jazz. Not bad. First round draft choice. So obviously they saw the potential in Danny. Unfortunately, well fortunately as it turned out, for him they traded him to Denver. Where for the last 6 years, his career has gone along pretty much the same as his college career did. He worked hard, he waited for his opportunity to arise, and after 5 years, that opportunity paid off like this, fellas. Starting power forward for the Denver Nuggets. Okay, here's some of the exciting things that happened to Danny this year. He led the Denver Nuggets in field goal percentage. He led them in free throw percentage. He led them in rebounds. In 3 categories. He was third in the NBA in field goal percentage. He can put the ball in the basket. And he doesn't just stand here and slam it. He's got skills. He can shoot it. He can pass it. He's a smart player. He dumped in 33 points versus Hakeem Olajuwon. The Denver Nuggets had the 3rd best record in the NBA this year, 54 wins and 28 losses. He led Denver into starting power forward to the 2nd round of the NBA playoffs. They beat Seattle in the 1st round, and with a triple team, went all the way to the 7th game with Dallas. They beat the Celtics and the Lakers in the regular season series between the 2 teams. The Nuggets were the first team in 5 years to sweep the series from those teams. Pretty impressive. But through hard work, dedication, patience, it's paid off. Because he has now risen to be one of the top power forwards in the NBA. Dan Schayes.
Well, thanks for that terrific introduction, Larry. I'm a hell of a player. I ought to get more money for this. Anyway, Larry told me we grew up together. You know, not only was there a time where Larry and I were the same height, you know, there was a time when Larry and I had the same amount of hair. He was born like that? Anyway, as Larry told you, we grew up together. We've been friends for a long time. And, you know, when we were in elementary school, we played against each other in Buffalo, New York. Of course, our team beat Larry's team, and it's been that way pretty much our whole career. So, Larry was coach here in Plattsburgh when I was a senior in high school. I don't know, it would have been tough to turn down. I have family here. My mother's grandparents lived here at the time, grew up here. And I just want you to take a minute and think about what you're doing here at basketball camp. Like Larry told you, I learned a lot of my basketball at camp. And one of the reasons I want to come here and talk to you today and show you some things is because that's how I learned the game. And I know that, I was fortunate. My father was big at 6'8", was a great player, and so I had the advantage of being 7 feet tall to get to the NBA. Some of you guys are probably going to be that big or that tall, but that doesn't mean you can't learn to become a better player. I learned most of what I know about basketball from coming to basketball camps just like this. And like I said, that's one of the reasons I came back to. In high school, you get one high school coach to learn from, and you basically can only learn what he knows, nothing more. And that's if you're hoping he's a good coach. Here, you get the experience of a college coach in Larry Cowan, his assistants, all the other coaches and players who are here to help you. Pros who come in like myself, Larry Costello, a Hall of Famer. You get to learn from these players, these coaches, and these former stars who can help you become a better player. If you just can learn one or two things, you'll see that'll make the difference between maybe making your high school team when you wouldn't, or maybe being a starter when you be a bench player, or maybe even a couple of you guys will get a chance to go to college on a scholarship. If you've ever checked, you know how much college is, how hard it is to go. You can get a scholarship for free. I went to college for free because I was a good basketball player. I worked hard and I helped the team out, but I took advantage of the fact that I had that great opportunity. Like Larry said, we didn't have the Carrier Dome when I was a freshman in college. We played Little Magic Fieldhouse, and we got better, and they finally built the dome my senior year. Of course, player Mike Caliber, he got up and did the ring, right? But like I said, we opened the Carrier Dome my senior year, and I'll tell you a funny story. You guys all know what the dome is. Syracuse games on TV. How many people have been to a game? Anybody? A lot of you guys. Anyway, the Carrier Dome, of course, a big football stadium built on the university and it's sponsored by Carrier, our Clement, and they're a big air conditioning company. Well, the first day of the dome opened for the football season, it was about 90 degrees out. They don't have any air conditioning. And ours was named after an air conditioning company. So they opened the dome, it's boiling hot. Everyone's complaining, why do we need a dome? It's a nice day, we'd all rather be outside. Well, the next week it snowed, and they were sure glad to have a dome. But then they found out it was so big that in the winter they didn't like to turn the heat on. It's too expensive to heat the whole gym with a little basketball court. In the way that it's set up, if this is the inside of the dome, the basketball court is all the way in the end that way. They get a football field goes all the way up and down here, so they just use the three sides of the end zone for the stands, and they just have portable stands on the fourth side. Well, it was like $10,000 an hour to turn on the heat, which is pretty expensive if no one's using it. So they always keep the heat around 50, just to keep everything freezing pipes burning. Well, that was fine until we decided to have practice and could see a breath. So we were pretty happy to have the crazy facility that we were the heat on because it was too expensive. So we ended up in Denver and still out there. So that's it for the new dome. Anyway, like I said, being a professional player, going through high school, college, traveling on all-star teams in Europe and playing in the pros, I think that there's a few things that I can help you with, some experience I've learned over the years. And what I'm going to do is first I'll maybe share with you a few stories about the NBA, what the players are like, what it's like to play in the league. And, then we're going to talk about some skill things I think I can help you with. We've had a lot of defensive work this week with Coach Costello coming in and a few other guys. So I'm going to talk a little bit about offense. We're going to start out with some shooting, just the fundamentals of shooting for a few minutes. Then we're going to work on some inside play and how to score inside. But like I said, the first few things I'm going to talk about are just little fun things to pick up about being in the league. Now, I know when Larry talked earlier in the week, right? Coach Cowan? Okay. Do you remember what are some of the things he talked about? Okay, you remember. Yeah, what was one of the things he said? Was that? Speak up.
Free throws.
Free throws? Okay. What did he say? The importance of making them, or did he show you how?
Well, he showed us the boxing out, and then he showed how he makes them.
Do you remember some of the things he taught you about attitudes of the game? Warm-up stuff. Anyway, what I'm going to do is I want to give you some of the benefit of my pro experience. One of the things, very important things, is the way to impress a coach. You know, coaches know that you're good at a few things. Every player has a few special items they like to work on. And, you know, coaches, like I said, some guys are great power players, but they don't handle the ball well. Some guys are great defenders, but don't shoot well. Other guys are good from outside, but not very good inside. So coaches like to see you working on your weaknesses. So I told Larry before, one of the things I like to do to impress the coach is come on, warm up, and shoot all 30-foot jump shots. Is that the same thing he told me? Okay, another thing that's very important. How am I doing, Larry?
Great. Could you move to the left a little bit?
Okay, another thing that's very important, you know, the warm-up period before the game. That serves a couple of purposes. One is, of course, to get ready for the game. To get loose, work on your shot, get warmed up, stretch, you know, get yourself ready for the play. But the other thing to do is to get yourself mentally ready, not just physically ready. So what I like to do before a game is, you know, wander around the court, wave at my friends in the stands, shake hands with guys in the other team. Is that the same thing you told me? No. Now, another thing that's very important is that when you're in a timeout, you know how coaches, they like to talk too much. Coaches think they know everything, right? Haven't you found that? Well, the pros, of course, you know, the players know everything, the coaches are just there to put guys in and out of the game. So what I found very useful is during a timeout, never listen to what the coach says. Go stand off in the corner, get something to drink, talk to the ball boy or the trainer or something, wave at the TV, hi mom. Isn't that the same thing Larry told me?
No. Yeah.
No, I still do. That's a little practical joke for TV in there. Anyway, how are we doing so far? Great, okay. You guys still awake? Okay, anyway, I'd like to tell you just a little bit about the NBA before we get started. And then after, I'll have time for some questions and answers, and then, you know, some autographs, whatever. But, you know, what I found about the NBA, there's a lot of interesting guys. You know, you hear about the personalities. You know, you got Magic Johnson. You got, you know, Isaiah Thomas. They smooched before the game. Did you see that in the finals? Yeah. Hi, Magic. Does that gross you out, or is it just great? Isn't that gross? Raise your hand. How many guys here would go kiss another guy before the game? Anybody? But it's like, I mean, you got interesting guys around. I remember my first year in the league, you know, I played for the Utah Jazz. Of course, Frank Lee was the coach of the Jazz. And I don't know if you guys know Frank Lee looks like he's about 5'10", about 400 pounds. He's got a lot of chin. Anyway, well, Frank's a very funny guy, too. But I remember a game early in my career where, you know, Frank, well, actually it was in practice before the game, Frank was talking about the importance of running up and down the court. You know, we were a very fast break team. We had Ricky Green, one of the fastest guards ever to play, Gerald Griffin, Dr. Duncanstein. We had Adrian Danley. We had an explosive team. So we wanted to run up and down the court. Well, you know, at one time in the middle of practice, Frank stopped and yelled at some guy for not running hard enough. You know, you got to work harder. You know, you got to get better shape. You know, here's a guy 400 pounds, telling a guy he's got to be in better shape. You know, needless to say, the guy who was yelling at Frank, you know, who are you to tell me? And Frank said, hey, I got a terrific body. It's right underneath this one. And, you know, for those of the kind of guys, Mike Dunlap, who used to play for Houston. Remember when Moses below when they played the Celtics in the finals? He was the guard. Yeah. Well, Mike, I don't know if you know, he used to shoot free throws. He was a great shooter. And he used to cross himself before his foul shot. You know, I mean, it seems kind of a waste of time. So one time I called him over and I go, Mike, why do you do that? Does that help you shoot? I mean, does that make you, does that help you if you do that? He says, well, it works a lot if you're a good shooter. You know, so you gotta understand, these guys are trying to fire out. They got it over there. Thank you. Anyway, one of my favorite stories is my first game with the Utah Jazz. We're playing, and Adrian Danley was on the team. We're playing against Dallas. And Adrian likes to post up inside. He's small for a power forward. He's only 6'5". So he's posting up against a guy named Scott Lloyd, 6'10", real big bruiser guy. And Scott's just knocking him down. You know, he's posting up, hitting him with a forearm, talking up, boxing out, shouldering into the cheerleaders. You know, AD was really getting pissed off. One time, AD probably likes to pig until he gets hit and throws his arms up and kicks his legs out. You know, trying to foul, you know, those old trophies. So AD fell over the water cooler, knocked water all over the place. You know. And Thomas Salkin, who was our coach at the time, comes up and starts screaming at the ref. You see what he did? You know, and he's standing right here on the side. Do you see what he did, ref? Pushing AD down the line. And Scott Lloyd walks over, goes up to the coach, just boom, you know, flips on the bird, starts the first man, and they're like this far apart on the court. I'm sitting right over there. They're like, this is the NBA, you know, the coaches just screaming at the players screaming at the coaches. I go, yeah, fun, yeah, great. I did that in college, and I didn't accept it in London. But so I had fun in the NBA. Like I said, there's a lot of fun guys. You've heard of, you know, Magic Johnson, all those guys. But like I said, there's a lot of fun playing in the NBA. And after we'll have time to answer some questions about your favorite players, your favorite teams, and all that stuff. Anyway, what I want to talk about now is how to get your 1-year-old off the court. No, what I'm going to talk about now again is some of the offensive skills that you need to be a good player. What I'm going to need for you to do is everyone here, you got to move back behind the line of the basketball pole here. So everyone pick up your chairs and slide back. Up and back, up and back. Watch out for the crowd here. Today, you guys ready? Who's scoring? I know you've all seen this, the Viking drill. Got the ball, please. Thank you. Okay, again, what we're going to talk about is shooting. And one of the great things about shooting is rhythm. And that's why the Viking drill is such a good drill. We're just warming up here, just starting off. Notice on every shot, you want to just get into a nice rhythm, get it up nice and high. We're just going to keep going around. I can use somebody to rebound for me. You want to help me with something? Yeah, well, I just get it going on there. So again, a lot of the fundamentals of shooting we're going to go over very quickly. That is, you want to get a lot of good arc on the ball. That's very important. Also, you can see, I've got this red, white, and blue ball so you can see the spin on the ball. Okay, another very important thing, which is a good indicator of your shot, is the back spin. Okay, when I shoot, you want to get the ball above your head so you can see underneath it. But backspin is very important because that shows you how well you're following through and shooting through the ball. The shooting motion is very simple. You basically want to lead with your wrist, get the ball up nice and high, and then reach over the top. Almost like you're reaching into the basket when you shoot, following through right to the basket. So one drill I like to use is just shooting the ball up in the air with one hand. Notice the spin on the ball. Okay, it goes directly end over end. Okay, you can see there's none of this, or, you know, from here, it doesn't curve to the side, okay? It's directly end over end. And when you get good at it, notice I shoot the ball with one hand and I catch it, it's still right in the perfect spot. Okay, straight up, straight down. I never have to move the ball. Straight up and down, notice each one, the spin is directly over the top. Okay, that's a good indication of how well you're following through. You may want to work on that. If you're lying in bed or just walking around, you can throw it straight up and catch it. Okay, every time without having to spin the ball. Okay, notice every time it lands in the perfect position for you to shoot against. Okay, so when I shoot, notice the spin on the ball. Okay, directly end over end. Okay, so from any spot I shoot from, I want to concentrate on a good arc, that is getting it nice and high. Okay, and good follow through. Okay, that way you'll get a lot of bounce. Now, you see a lot of guys, they shoot like this very quickly and step back, or whatever. A lot of guys will like shoot, run out of the way, like it's really cool. You know, that takes a lot away from your shot. The most important part of the shot is the instant you let it go. Okay, so when you do that, you want to snap your hands to the follow through. Reach out to the rim. When you're practicing, reach out and hold your follow through until the ball hits the rim. Even if it goes off a little bit, you have a much better chance of getting it to drop in the basket. Okay, hold your follow through. Any time I miss, you can tell my follow through is just not right where it's supposed to be. a little off to the side. It'll always be obvious on your follow. You won't be pointing right at the basket. Everything is reaching out right to the basket. Okay, no matter where you shoot from. All those fundamentals are the same, whether you're shooting a jump shot, a free throw, a layup, or a hook shot. Everything is follow through and getting the ball nice and high in the air. Notice, even if you miss, the ball should be straight. Whether it's a little short or a little long, something that comes with a lot of practice. But every time the ball should be straight. That way you can get a good bounce. If you hit a little short, it'll hit the rim and you'll get a good roll. You have good follow through, good backspin. With good backspin, if you hit the front of the rim, the ball will stop and get a lot softer, you'll get a lot of roll. Okay? So you don't want to shoot the ball with any kind of curve or lean. Very simple, straight up, straight down. Okay, so from any spot when you're warming up, I like to just shoot some different spots on the court, go around. Just, like I said, we're just warming up. We're starting very easy. This, by the way, is one of the toughest shots in basketball, about 12 feet from the rim. Yeah, I said that right before. Listen, I have a shoot. Tough shot, tough shot. Okay, again, you're warming up, take it nice and easy. There's no hurry. Right at the beginning. We're just taking it nice and easy, nice and high. Exaggerate your follow through when you're practicing. Exaggerate the arc. See, nice and soft out a nice time. Then as you start to move out a little bit, okay, your form goes right you're right in a good line. Notice this, nice line. You see, I left before I was shooting. Don't be in a hurry to run out of the way after you shoot. Take your time, go up and down to the same spot. See a lot of jump shooters. Same spot. This follow. A lot of jump shooters, but they're in a hurry to leave. You don't want to shoot on the run when you're sailing one way or another. It's all straight up and straight down. Even if you're on the move, you want to stop and go straight up and straight down. Okay? Again, very simple fundamentals. Straight up and straight down. Now, I just want to take a minute and stop for a second and talk specifically about a shot that's probably the easiest shot in basketball that nobody spends enough time on. As a result, you give away a lot of points. That, of course, is the free throw. I think in a lot of ways, a free throw is easier than a layup. What do people shoot field goal percentage? As a matter of fact, who has the all-time NBA record for field goal percentage for a season? You know what it is? Close? Who is it? Larry Bird? No? Kareem. You know what the record is? I think it's 3. Anyway, the record is about 60%, 65%. Okay, for layup. You know what the record is for free throw percentage? 92. Okay? Now you're talking about a center, a guy like Kareem who shoots all layups. Can only shoot 60% at best. Yeah, all guys shoot free throws. Why? It's simple. There's nobody guarding. Okay? So you shoot a free throw a little bit differently than you shoot any other shot for that very reason. There's nobody guarding it. Okay, so different things come into play. When I shoot free throws, again, the fundamentals are identical. Okay, you want to have your shoulder square to the basket. You want to get good arc, good follow, ball goes in every time. Okay? But if you notice, how many times you see at the end of the game, good teams miss free throws and lose? College happens all the time, right? So what I want to do, again, it's a very simple way that I like to handle it that makes me a good free throw shooter, even at the end of the game when you're nervous, when you're tired. And that is very simple. Get into a routine. When you shoot a free throw, establish a routine. Now what I do is I have a checklist I go through of 4 or 5 things. First thing I do is I get my feet set. Exactly. Shoulder width apart. And what I always do is I like to stand. So when I'm looking at the rim touches that white square on both sides, so I know I'm in the middle. I'm not over here. Okay, I'm centered perfectly on the rim. Like I said, the way you can do it, just stand and make sure the rim touches the white line on both sides of the box. Okay, that's one. Get your position straight. What I like to do is bounce the ball a certain number of times. That's the same. I like to bounce the ball 3 times. You ever watch the game in college and the guy bounces? If they're a visiting team, the crowd chants out whenever they bounce the ball. You ever see that? They go 1, 2, because trying to throw the guy out, make him think. What I do is the way I stop that from happening to me is I count myself. So if they yell, they're counting with me. So I go 1, 2, 3. Okay, now I'm ready. I also I always hold the ball in the same spot. For you, it can be whatever you want. Some guys like to hold with the lettering up, so they're grabbing it. Just a little something to occupy your mind at the end of the game when you're nervous. Try it, you'll see every time. Okay, check this flow. I got my position. Okay, I got the ball at the right spot. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm ready to shoot. My mind's busy, I'm not nervous. You know, the world championship's on the line. Nothing but that. Okay, here you go. You ready? We're going to shoot 5. Everybody stand up. Okay? Start waving your arms.
Hey guys, hey, on the floor, guys.
What? We got one free throw here for the championship. What did we get at today? Satisfaction. 0%. Okay, you got to make that free throw, baby. This is it. Get up to the line, get your feet straight. It's all thinking to yourself. Don't worry about the crowd. Got your bounces, boom, boom, boom. Catch your breath, shoot. Okay, as you can tell, you guys are over here, you're nervous. You think I might take your neck. So anyway, that... Okay. Well, I got my point across. We'll do something we'll win. We'll play some shooting games. You guys... Don't kill. Anyway, hold on. Anyway, as I said, that's one of the most important parts. If you can improve your free throw shooting, you're always going to play at the end of the game. Okay, when it's close, when it's important to win, if you can make a foul shot, and the coach knows he can count on you, you know you can count on yourself, you're going to be a very good player. Okay, so take some time to think about that. Sounds like an easy thing, but I bet you've seen every college game, what do? Foul, make the guy make a foul shot, and they never do. I bet 1 out of 3 games you win on the foul line, the rest you lose. How many times you seen Syracuse lose because they can't make a foul shot? Okay? Every time. Okay? Just so you know, I mean, when I was in Syracuse, I led the Big East in free throw shooting percentage, 90%. And that was exactly why. Because at the end of the game, I could concentrate and make a foul shot. But the way I do that is you trick yourself. Instead of worrying about everyone yelling, just get up there, you go through your checklist. Same way every time, even in practice. Get your feet, bounce, count, 1, 2, count to yourself. 1, 2, 3, catch your breath, blow out, shoot. Okay? And you'll make most of them, you'll be a great player, you'll get all the girls in high school.
Yeah.
Okay, so like I said, we warmed up a little bit with some shooting. Now, when I like to shoot, the other thing we're going to talk about very quickly before you want is jump shoot. As I showed you before, when you jump shoot, okay, where's my rebound? Get up there. Okay. So when you jump shoot, every time it's straight up and straight down. Okay, you see, what you don't want to do is jump and shoot on the move. It's not this. The problem is you have a moving target. Okay, everything is straight up and straight down. Go, quickly. Okay, straight up and straight down. Okay, the rest of the form is the same. Arms follow through. They are all very important. Seeing the backing. But if you go straight up and straight down, the target stays still. If you shoot on the move, where you land and try and run out of the way, distract yourself and you have a hard job making it to the target. Okay, straight up, straight down. Now, even when you're moving, you still have to come to a stop and go straight up. Now, there's two ways of doing it. When you start out practicing, when you run, catch the ball and then take a minute, stop, okay, and go straight up. So again, you go this way, catch the ball, catch it, stop, straight up. Okay? Just work out a drill, you and a buddy. Stop, look straight up. Okay? Now, you get good at that, you'll find out that that's pretty slow. That's the way to start. Okay, now in a game, it's a lot tougher because guys are chasing you. You need to be able to stop and go up all in one motion, okay? Come reload. So I'm just going to go side to side. He's going to hit me with a good chest pass. And now, when I go up, okay, I catch and stop in one motion. Watch what I'm doing. When I'm coming over, the ball's coming. I see it coming. I can get my foot together. So it's not this. Plant and turn. Okay, that's the way you can start learning it. But remember, it's going to be too slow in a game. When you come off, as the ball's coming, you turn, catch it, you're ready to go up. Okay, both ways. So it looks like while you're moving. So notice as soon as I catch it, straight up. I'm not taking the extra step. When I catch it, now that I let it go up, I can pump fake and make a move to the basket. I don't make them all. That's something you want to think about with your punters, no matter where you are, even from the side. Tough crowd. Oh, no, this is a tough crowd. The other way. Boy, they got thin air for me, you know? Full Colorado. The reason, of course, is very simple. You got the turn part. Going to my right, shows I've got to turn all this way to square up. Going to my left, of course, I'm right here already. It's a lot simpler. Okay, now what you're doing, you're tired. Go right to the line. Okay, everybody up. We just have to add a little bit of twist when you change your shot, okay? Like I said, on a foul shot, get the routine down and count off your own checklist to yourself. On a jump shot, on the move, catch it, make sure you're square when you go up. Don't catch it and fade. You know, run to the corner. Okay, no matter who your waist. Catch it and stop when the ball's coming. Okay? Do me a favor, just stand up here for a second. Okay, even if I'm coming off the baseline, okay, I'm coming off the baseline, I get the pass. Boom, I'm ready. Okay? So that's the one thing. If you can take that one step out of your approach, okay, when you call ball coming, I turn shot, okay, instead of, okay, doing this. Okay, notice how long that was. Okay, now is this the right way or the wrong way? Good position inside. Okay, how many guys here are 7'3"? Okay? So since none of you guys are 7'3", there's nobody here who can stand on the low post, turn around and shoot a sky hook with a guy on you. Correct? Yes. Say yes. Yes. Now you guys have to be a little smarter, a little better, and a little tougher to score. Okay? You watch the NBA Finals. You saw Adrian Dantley lead Detroit score. Adrian Dantley is a 6'4" power forward. Okay, there aren't too many of those guys, right? Okay, look at Markiplier. Okay, although he's really small for him to play that. Okay, the guys who post up, look at Karl Malone. He's very big and strong, but watch the way he posts up inside. Look at Charles Barkley. Okay, look at Kevin McHale. They don't come down here, they don't stand here and say, please, this is the ball, and they get it, they don't. Okay, right? They're good. They work hard, they get good position. Okay, now we're going to talk about a few fundamentals here. I need a really big guy. What do you want? Quiet, please. Okay, you're a guard. Okay, let's pretend for a minute I'm a big guy. Okay, what we want to talk about is what position you want to get on the floor. Okay, if we're talking, if you have, what's the best position you can have? Okay, you're standing right here, right? Yep. Okay, but there's a problem. It's illegal. Okay? So we're talking about us where you can stay and make moves from. You can stand in here all day, but you know, you won't get the ball. Okay, we're talking about outside the lane, inside. Where's the closest you can be outside the lane? Probably right here. Okay? Now, there's a few different things with this spot. One is you're too far underneath, and you go this way, you're standing on the bench. When I'm talking about a position where you have the most flexibility, you're closest to the basket, you can do the most things. And that is about halfway on the lane. I like an easy marker to straddle this first hash mark. Okay, so when I want position, I want to be up here. If I get down here, Okay, throw me the ball. What do I do? What, I can't do anything. I'm too far on it. Okay? If I get up here, I can get the ball fine, but now what? Too far away. Okay? I want to get in the position where I can go with one dribble, if that, and get a layup. Okay? Which is right here. Now I get the ball. Okay? Layup. Okay? I get the ball here. Layup. Okay? Now the important thing from this position is that I can go either way. Now you heard Coach Costello here, beginning of the week, talking about defense, one-on-one defense, right? And he probably told you that a great defender can stop any offensive man. Right? No. Garbage. Can't happen. The reason, of course, is very simple. Because a great defender can only guard one way at a time. But a great offensive player can go either way. So he always has the advantage. The only way you can stop a great offensive player is with two men. The reason, again, because if I'm an offensive player, and I get the ball in this position, I can go that way, okay, I can go this way, but you can't guard both ways at the same time because I'm too close. Okay, come here, okay. Okay, so if I've got my position, I'm straddling the first hash mark, right? DJ? Oh, okay. Now, from this position, of course, okay, I'm close enough. Where I can get the ball, I can turn right and shoot no matter where I am. Okay, now, remember, I'm a big, strong guy, right? Just ask BJ here. Okay, so, and he's a little skinny, whispery guy. Right? Looks like he's about 10 years old. Okay, so now, I'm going to show you that when I'm on offense, of course, you won't be able to stop me, but you expect that. But what you probably won't believe is that when he's on offense, okay, he's going to do a good job of scoring as well. Not because I'm a lousy defender, but he's such an awesome scorer. I'm a big guy, like I said, right? I don't want to waste being a big guy by playing small. There's the ball. I want to give him as much room to throw me the ball as I can. What I do, I square it in him. I throw it in the square. I'm not sideways where he can't throw me the ball, okay? BJ here is a stud on defense. Okay, so now, if I'm square here, okay, now I got him out of it. Now he can't get around and steal the ball. Okay? So I want to get my feet wide, not too wide, but I'm off balance. Okay, just about as wide as my shoulders. I want to call it creating space. Now, when I create this much space, all the space in here is mine. My guard can throw me the ball anywhere, okay, and I can get it. Okay, there's no way he can come over my back. Okay, now if we're talking about behavior position, okay, that's what you want. Straddle the first hash mark, number one. Everyone say it. Okay, number two, create space. Okay. Now, number three, if there's one thing you ever learn, okay, if there's only one thing you ever learn about being an offensive basketball player, okay, and that is read the defense. That's number three. Read the defense. What does that mean, okay? Now, I'm an offense, my defensive man's playing, okay? I got to see what? I got to see the ball. I got to see the basket. I got to know where I am. I got to see my man. Okay? So the ball, I'm looking at, I know it. Okay, the basket, I can know where it is because it never moves. It stays right there the whole game. Okay, I always know that. Okay, my defensive guy is what I have to know. Okay, if I'm getting position, now how do I know what move I have to make? Well, I don't know. Where's my guy? So that's called reading the defense. Knowing where the defense is. Not just your man, but everybody. Okay? So now if he's playing me this side trying to put on, okay, read the defense, boom, there he is. What do I do? Give him away from the defense. See, now there's no way he can get the ball. I'm big, I'm strong, I got him blocked off, and if he throws the ball over here, okay, it's stolen. So I didn't read it. In anything, if I get the ball here, he's up on me. Okay, before I know what move I'm going to make, I got to read the defense. Okay? Now, from there, if I was a shooter, I would just shoot him. Okay, or if he's up tight on me, right, I make a move in the middle. Because I'm reading the defense. How many players do you know, you all have done it, where you make up your mind what you're going to do before you get the ball? Okay? Well, you don't have to admit to it because you won't. But you've all done it, okay? The ball's coming up, oh, I'm going to shoot. Okay, well, I know that. I catch the ball and I turn and shoot without even knowing where the man is. Sometimes you'll get lucky, he'll be back to the open. Other times he'll turn and shoot, he'll be committed, and he'll block the shot. Okay? Read the defense. Don't make up your mind before what you're going to do. Okay, so I got my position 1.
Straddle the first half mark.
2.
Read space.
3.
Read defense.
Okay, I'm reading defense. Okay, he's all over me. Okay. 4, target. Give a target. You have to assume one thing in basketball, man, our guards are stupid. Okay, as a big guy, you always have to assume that guards are stupid. Are you a guard?
You're stupid.
Yeah, I can tell. You didn't have to tell me, really. Okay, now again, you have to assume that all guards are stupid. They don't know what the hell they're doing. If they did, they'd be big guys. So they could shoot layups instead of 20-footers and be out there chasing guys all over the place and stand down here where it's easy. Again, 1, straddle a hash mark. 2, create space. 3,
Read
defense.
4,
Target. Shoot.
now watch.
Don't get
There's
mad.
4 things he can do. Okay? Don't stay on the top of the key. All kind of sharp it up. Okay? There's 4 things he can do. Okay? He can play me on the left. He can play me on the right. He can front. He can play behind. Right? That about covers. Now what? Okay, he's a great defender. He plays me on the left. Okay? Play it. Plays me on the right. Play it. What? Play it. Okay, he plays behind. See, now that was the worst of all. Now I can go either way. Play it. What does that tell? What's been the common thing with all 4 defenses? Play it. Right? Now it sounds simple, but it's to be that way. And it is. Every guy who gets position here should get a layup. You watch coaches do all these kind of fancy things, and they run plays, and guys shoot and swing and come off picks. You know why? They do all that to get a guy right here one-on-one. You do that, you got a layup. It's that simple. Okay, when Larry Bird comes off McHale's pick, okay, he's got Dennis Johnson there, he's got Larry Bird here, he's got Kevin McHale there. That's all they do. Now, if my man goes back and doubles me, and I got a jump shot, if his man doubles me, and he's got a jump shot, if none of them do, he's got a layup. Sounds pretty simple, right? That's why the Celtics win all the time. The reason you run plays is they can get a guy here one-on-one. That's the only reason you run plays, to get a guy somewhere one-on-one. Because one defender cannot stop one good offensive player. That's why we're going to talk about now, we're not going to talk about one-on-one moves, I'll leave that for a tough guard. What we're going to talk about in here is how to score inside. Now, there's 2 ways to score again. There's the Kareem Jabbar way, where you go like this, skyhook, right? Okay, there's that way. So there's the Adrian Dantley way, where he's in here getting position, the ball goes, boom, everything's alike. You should never shoot from outside. Box, the right hand, box. Okay? Now what we're going to do quickly is set up a couple of drills and show you how to get good position, okay, and then how to be a good offensive player. Okay? Now BJ here is now a macho defensive stud. He's watched me, he's going to be a macho offensive machine. Okay? Okay? Number 1.
Straddle the first hash mark.
Straddle the hash mark. Number 2.
Create space.
Okay, on the ball. Arms up, right, create space. Okay, number 3. Okay, number 4.
Show target.
Okay, now one thing, when you create space, these square your shoulders go like that. Notice how much wider you are. Okay? Who's about your size? You know, you're right, you're bigger than him. Come on up. Jim, you're on. Okay. Now, right now you'll see, okay, again, 1, straddle the hash mark, good. 2, create space. Get big for it. Okay, don't, now here's, okay, that's okay. Here's one very important thing you need to remember, is always be on balance. Okay? You've seen this in high school, right? I'm leaning against him, so he leans back. Step up. Okay, I'm leaning on him, he's leaning into me, right? You can push him over. Okay, now I step back and he falls over. Okay? Now, to be on balance, be down, have your center of gravity between your feet. Don't lean into the side. You can be strong by getting lower and holding your position. If he's pushing on me, okay, pushing. Okay, I want to get down here. I don't want to lean over. If he moves, I'm going over. Okay, so now from here, okay, he'll try and push. Come on, push. Okay, now there's no way he can move me out of the way. I'm not going there. Now if I'm leaning like this, now he steps back, I'm off down. Okay? So to create big, if he leans on, he goes down, not out. Okay? Okay, you're down, okay, where's the defense? Okay, read the defense, where's the target? Okay, go ahead, step to the ball. Okay, you're strong, you're macho. Okay, there, okay, you recover. We're in slow motion. He has time to recover. Okay, now if Jim plays him on the other side, okay, where's the defense and where's the target? Okay, layup. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to play a simple one-on-one drill and let him practice getting position and getting it and going to the basket, okay? Now, another thing you have to remember too is that going to the middle, it's important to be able to shoot with your left hand. Okay, it's something to work on. If I'm here, come on. Okay, if I get the ball here and I can't shoot left-handed from here, what do I have to do? Right, what's he going to do? Block it. Okay, I'm bringing it right to him. Now, if I can do this, okay, now look at the difference. You can't reach that. Even if I'm this tall, you can't reach that. Okay, but if I'm doing this, I'm bringing it right to him. So you may see it, if a guy goes to the right and he can't shoot with his left hand, he's got a little bit of a problem. But still, you'll see 9 out of 10 times he'll get the foul. Play the guard over there. Okay?
Lance, raise your hand. Pinsky.
Okay, now here's the play. Okay, here's something I'm just going to show you how easy it is to score inside. We're going to let them do 5 times each. We'll let them warm up, get the feel of what they're supposed to do. We have 1, 2, 3 guards. So they're playing one-on-one inside. We're throwing the ball. Okay? So all we're going to do is you're going to go from this side to the center to the other side and try and get position. We're going to try and get you the ball. We're going to pass the ball side to side until you get over. Now, remember, as soon as you catch the ball, you're not thinking of anything but going to the basket. If you don't have a shot, throw it out, get another position. Now, the only spots we're worried about is on this side, bottom of the red line, or the cardinal line. Cardinal, get it? We're not going to go to the corner, we're not going to go to the foul line. If they do, we'll stop and let them set up here. Okay? All we're going to do is now play one-on-one inside. Okay? Show me good position. 1.
Straddle the hash mark.
Straddle the hash mark. 2. 3.
Defense.
4.
No target.
Okay? You go far, you got the right spot, you create your space, his defense will give you a target, okay? Okay, give it out, go ahead. Try and get the ball. There you go. All right, go over and get the ball. Okay, 3-point line.
In there. And 1.
Now, again, try and do it without dribbling. Okay? Now, the same thing. Remember on the jump shot. We saw the ball coming. As the ball came, we got our feet under us so we could catch it and go straight up. Remember? Same thing here. When I got position, when the ball comes, I'm not going to catch it and then make a move. It's quicker if I can see it coming, start my move, and take the ball with me. Okay? Now that's something you'll learn as you get better, but if anytime you can take a step out of your move or a step out of your cut, you're that much quicker. You see every play, the guy gets the cut, the man's half a step behind. If you can make it an extra step into your move, you're that much farther ahead. Okay, so again, you get the ball, if you see he's over there, there's nobody else to worry about. Okay, if you get him there, you get the ball, boom, right to the back. Okay? Okay, if you get, hold on. Okay? Now, if you notice, okay, you came over here, went to this position with you. Okay, you're not even ball. Okay, ball. As soon as I turn here. So now if they pull the ball over, again, we can pump from side to side, then the over here goes to the side. Every place you go, if you can get it, on the swing, if he's waiting, you can get it here, get it here. Whenever you understand it. Always be there. Now you guys too, okay, you see we got a couple of dumb bugs out here. What did I tell you about guards?
No.
Okay, now us as guards, we have to also read the defense. Okay, so that time, Jimmy jumped around, okay, shoot it right back in the corner to the left. Okay, always go away from the defense. Okay, now if I throw it over to here, again, watch. You get to the front. Okay, now watch again. We swung it. Okay, Jim jumped in front. We'll do what you did last time. Okay, now swing it back, hold your position. Okay? Now remember, if you're on the swing, you got that. Stop up with it. Okay, one of the important things about being a good offensive player, about reading the defense, you have to know where the defense is. If he backs up, if you can touch the defender, you always know where it is. If he backs up where you can't touch him, what do you have to do? Swing your head. Okay, it's a lot harder to be a good player. If he backs up, keep going with him. Keep where you can feel him, keep him on your back. Okay? There we go. So far you got 1 out of 1. Okay, hold on a second. What's number 2? Get big. Okay, this is 2. Move right over. Okay, everything is chest and ball. Side to side. Okay? Okay, go on. There you go. Okay, that's okay, go with that. Okay, working on. Okay, good position. Okay, hold on, what'd you do? Turn sideways. See, remember, whenever I turn this way, I go from being this wide to this wide. Okay, that's the whole bit, that's all it takes to let him get around. Okay, always look straight at him. The ball turns straight at him. Get your arms up, don't let him put. Keep reaching over, get him out of the way. Okay? Okay, here we go. There it is. Hit him. Right up to the basket. Okay. Okay, so when you catch it, just go. Okay, that's all right. He's not very good left hand to see how close the shot was. Okay, let's go 2 more times. Okay, now remember, when you catch it, don't stop. Catch it, go. You always have to read the defense when the ball's coming. Okay, now I see where the ball's coming. Boom, I'm going. Okay, you know he's there when you catch and move. Now, when you get better at it, sometimes they'll let you throw it. As soon as I throw it, they'll try and run around and catch and go the other way. Okay, you got 2 ways to go. You've got to be on one side or the other. That's it. Okay? Right? All beautiful. Okay? That time he was dead, right over the head of the layup. Every shot's been a layup. Okay? Ready? You own him. Get lower. Where do you want to okay, that's all right. That's all right. You had a good shot. You're going to reach the work on the left hand. Let's give a good round of applause. Marty. Let me ask you a question. Do you think Lance can stop Marty from scoring?
Too quick for that.
Okay, Marty's going to show me the perfect position. Okay, number 1. Okay, number 2.
Create space.
Create space. Number 3.
Lead the defense.
Number 4. Okay, Lance over there, where's the target? Okay, Lance on the other side. There's the target. Okay? Remember the drill, we have 3 guards. Okay, if you're not open, you just move and we'll get you the ball. Okay? You guys have to do the defense. Go away from me. Okay? Go back to the good position. Come on, Ryan, you want the ball. You want the ball. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, here we go. All right, nice move.
Yeah.
Ran to the hash mark and not below. Now he can go to the baseline and have an angle to make a shot. If he's at the box, he turns it out of bounds. They're almost out of bounds. Okay? So notice he has good position going from side to side. He can even come up a little bit, to touch the head. Okay, ready, right there. Good move. Oh, beautiful. Okay, now here's one very important thing. This looks easy, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Does it? Well, it is easy.
No.
You make it easy. Now, a lot of guys, you go, okay, well, show me your jump shot. They go, okay. No, show me your jump shot. So they go, yeah, I'm thinking now. Make the game easy. You're a good dribbler. Always go somewhere with a dribble. You get the ball inside. You don't have to catch it and bounce it. Catch it and look. You get the ball on the wing. Be under control all the time. Okay, make it a simple game because it is. The best players are not the ones who dribble between their legs the best. If you watch Magic Johnson run up and down the court, he's flashy, but what does he do when he gets the ball? Boom, he goes. He takes big strides. He's always going somewhere. He's always getting the ball up the court. Okay? If you watch Akeem Olajuwon inside, he doesn't screw around and dribble the ball. He gets the ball, he's going right to the basket every time. Charles Barkley's right to the basket. Okay, you don't see these guys who are out here playing around, they're not effective. Okay, the important thing, be under control, you have good balance, good pace. It's an easy game. You keep it easy. Okay, one more time. Okay, now remember, keep that shot, keep that. Make as much notice so good. Play that far off. Don't make him right to the back. Okay, that's it. How much is it on the applause? Okay, now, remember a few things we talked about today were very, very simple fundamentals. Okay, shooting, arc, follow through. Again, a very simple drill. Get it nice and high, straight up in the air. Every time, catch it. Notice the spin. Every time, it's right around. Okay, doesn't matter if I'm shooting a layup or a 30-footer. Okay, on a foul shot, again, a specific case. Key part of the game. I want to get my T-shirt because I made my 2 shots. Okay? Get your feet, bounce the ball. Nice and high. Get into a rhythm. Get a check there. Count out your check. On the low post, you're scoring inside. Most of your work should be done before you catch the ball. Okay? 4 things. Again, very simple. Hash marks, straddle the hash mark. Create space. The most important thing in basketball, read the defense. Okay, and 4, always give a target, because we have dumb guards who don't know where to throw. So you can remember, if you do those simple things, you're going to be good players. Okay, when you work on simple things and make them great. Then everything else will get better. Okay? Do you have any questions you want to ask about the NBA? Yeah. Well, I think Michael Jordan's the Defensive Player of the Year. Well, he led the league in steals, which is hard to do. And you talk about a guy who's that great an offensive player, can also be that great a defensive player. You know, he is a great player. You know, he blocks a lot of shots. He was almost in the top 10 blocks, as well as leading the league in steals. So that's a pretty good combination. Yeah.
Do you think that toughest place to go in and play?
Say again?
Where's the toughest arena to go in and play?
Garden.
Well, historically, you know, the Boston Garden's been tough, but you usually find that the hardest places to win are the places that have the best teams. You know, I mean, it sounds funny, but you know, it sounds too simple to make sense. But theoretically, all the courts are the same size, all the bathrooms are the same height. What makes one harder than the other? Well, nobody likes going to Milwaukee because it's cold, right? Some people, a lot of, you know, it's funny, it's hard to win in LA, especially for Eastern teams, because they spend the whole day at the beach because it's so nice out. You know, those are the kind of things that help you lose on the road. It's not because it's hard to win on the road, because all those distractions you have during the day. So, you know, Boston, I'll tell you, one thing in Boston, the reason it's hard to win in Boston is because of that mystique. They try and psych out a lot of players. They got the bangers hanging, they got rats in your locker room. It's dirty, it's cold, you know. They either turn, what they do is at the beginning of the game, they turn the heat up to about 100 degrees in your locker room, so you're boiling hot. You come into halftime, they got the windows open, it's snowing in the locker room. You know, they got there's dead spots all over the court that only they know where they are. You know, they got the light shining, so wherever you shoot from, there's one shining right in your eye. You know, and they got the banners hanging, you know, and Red's over there too. You know, it's just, it's better, they try and psych you out that way. That's why they're so psyched. So, anytime, okay, it's funny, the game, especially in the NBA, talent is very overrated. Because the talent level itself is so high that even the lousy teams have good players. You know, what makes a great team great? The reason the Celtics win all the time is because they believe they're going to win. And the reason that the Clippers lose a lot of games is because they're defeated before they go out. They go, well, let's see who we're going to lose to tonight. And they have good enough talent to win games, but they don't have the attitude to win games. You know, the reason expansion teams lose is because they don't know each other well enough to play well. The reason the Celtics win is because they got the same guys year after year after year, and they have it down to, you know, finely tuned. So that's why it's hard to win after a major trade. It takes a while to get guys to play together. Yeah. The hardest person I guarded, see, on my team, we play almost like a twin tower with myself and Blair Rasmussen. Now, the problem with Blair is he's not a real good defender. He's not quick. So I usually end up taking the toughest guy. So, like, you know, for centers, all I'm taking like Akeem. Well, actually, three I'll play ACJ and I like it. But then I'll end up with Karl Malone, who's the better scorer forward for Utah. Charles Barkley, where he played on. I got McHale against Boston. So I usually end up playing a lot of the tougher guys. I think Karl Malone is probably the toughest guy to defend because he's big and strong and runs clean. So to play a guy who's big and strong, he's faster. If you play a guy who runs as good, he's stronger. So he's really the one guy with that total package of great strength, great speed, very quick, shoots well, plays hard. They go to home. So he's kind of the guy that as good as he plays, that's how many points he scores. If he's shooting good, he scores. If he's not shooting good, he doesn't. There's not really a lot to do to make him, you know, just try and pressure him and make him shoot a tough shot rather than a dunk. But they fast break and he outruns everybody. Inside, he's stronger than everybody. So, you know, he's real tough. Yeah. Did I block for any shot? Well, the trick is to block it way down here. How much he gets it up there? So, that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah.
How much longer do Bird, McHale, and Parrish have to be together?
Well, Parrish is the oldest. He's already 34, I believe. So I have to believe that within 2 years, Parrish will retire. Dennis Johnson will retire. You know, Larry Bird probably another 2 to 3 years. And then, you know, McHale's already played probably 8 or 9 years. So McHale has a lot of years left. But you got to remember, Bird came out and he was already 20. I think he was 24, 25 when he came out of college. So he's played 9 years. You know, so now he's already 33. So, Sure, another couple of years. Yeah. Think he should be a force in the NBA? Well, he has a lot of skills. The problem, you're always, of course, a better player if you're not getting double teamed all the time. So it'll take him a while to get to the point where the other talent is developed, where he's left alone a little bit. So he has a lot of skills. He can run, he can shoot, he's good inside, but there's a lot of guys who are good. You got to remember, in college, when you're 6'11" forward, you're the biggest guy by far. Well, the pros, if you're 6'11", there's 5 guys in the
I read somewhere that you were a free agent this year. You signed another contract with Denver, or you going somewhere else?
I'm a free agent this year, and how many here are Celtics fans? How many here hope the Celtics never win a game the rest of your life?
LA's the place. Lakers!
Yeah, we're talking with him, but now the free agent, I can't negotiate all the things till July 1st. So I think I'll be in Denver.
I hope so.
Anyway, I'll be around for a while.
Don't!
You all get a free soda.
All right. Yeah.
Larry wins, y'all have to do 10 push-ups.
Don't worry about it.
Larry shoots free throws, I shoot the top of the team.
Larry, get 2 more.
second.